Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears. With that, let's get out to venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Standing by with the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan, that's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. Charles, good matchup here. A couple of playoff teams from a season ago.
And just think about how the NFL works, partner. 8 teams that made the playoffs the year before didn't make it last season. So there's always going to be parity in this league, and guys have to be ready to go. Just because you made it the year before doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get back again.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
To me, the best part of Teddy Bridgewater's game is his decision-making. Very smart, loves to watch the game, loves to analyze it, and he does it so well, he takes care of the football and keeps his team in good spots.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Let's get a quick look at the Saints offense.
The steal in the 2017 NFL Draft had to be running back Alvin Kamara out of Tennessee, who ended up being that year's NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. Split time with Mark Ingram his first 2 years in the league. With Mark Ingram now in Baltimore, it's his show. And through his first 2 years, almost equal yardage, rushing and receiving. Expect his rushing numbers to take a big leap in 2019.
Third and short yardage, Bridgewater. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Hey, come on. You can't block me. You can't block me.
This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Clearly, every time the Saints put together a game plan, they plan to get Michael Thomas involved early and often. 125 catches in 2018, the most in the NFL. Not bad for a kid in Pop Warner football that only played the minimum number of plays every game.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Buster Screen is able to bring him down. The starting 11 defensively for the Bears.
Clinton Dix attracted a lot of attention when he was about to enter the NFL for his ability to play the football in the air. He's actually shown that he can tackle pretty well in the league, too.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Bridgewater. And Thomas has it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 yards there. First down.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game. They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the gun, Bridgewater. And the pressure gets to him again. The inside linebacker, Danny Trevathan, gets the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Chicago Bears, their offense here being led out by Chase Daniel. Made just the 5th start of his NFL career last week in a loss against Oakland, 24-21. Of course, Daniel, formerly an undrafted free agent out of Missouri back in 2009. But looking at his Week 5 numbers, all in all, not the worst performance. 22 of 30, 231 yards, 2 touchdowns. Did throw 2 interceptions, but nearly led the Bears back from a 17-0 hole. And by the way, happy belated birthday to Chase Daniel. Turned 33 last Monday on October 7th. First carry for Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Let's go.
On 2nd and 9, Daniel. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Ready.
On the ground with a rookie from Iowa State, David Montgomery. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Come on, set. 8, read.
Right, 54. Squeeze, double.
Let's go.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Only 2 there on the dump off. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
Ready up.
53. Mike. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
Yeah.
3rd and 2, Daniel. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the 1st down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking 1st down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a 1st down.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The football heading back over to the New Orleans Saints, who have had now consecutive 4-1 starts for the first time in franchise history. Mentioned it earlier, but they got to 4-1 with that victory 31-24 over Tampa Bay in Week 5. And Teddy Bridgewater, and we also talked about this earlier, he's been excellent. 3-0 as a starter, coming in for the injured Drew Brees. And by the way, speaking of Brees, over the weekend, he posted a video of himself throwing a football. So maybe nearing a return, that would be a good thing for New Orleans. But in the meantime, Teddy, and they get to Bridgewater. Bridgewater taken down in the end zone for a safety. So after a scoreless 1st quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Taking it about the 16.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So first and 10 now from the 30.
We own it. We own it.
Daniel looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
Blue there, blue there.
The dump off gets him only one, and now you're looking at a third down.
A gain of 1 brings up third down and 9.
18 Gator.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Throwing on third down, Daniel. He's got Burton here. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Time to take a glance into what we've seen so far from Teddy Bridgewater. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a big no-no last time. A safety to make this score 2-0 where we stand now. So, see if they can atone for that mistake.
You give up points, but on the flip side, the positive side, after you punted the ball away or kicked it away,
defense held.
Defense held for you. So there's a little bit of relief there. Now they know they can get back out on the field, run their offense, and try not to put their defense in a bad spot again.
They'll come up second and 6 now from the 24. Bridgewater. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First down, Bridgewater. This is caught by Ginn. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Out of bounds at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Play action now. Bridgewater. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. And he's got this down to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
The Saints spent a 3rd-round pick on Traquan Smith out of UCF in 2018, and what a thrilling season for him. He was the guy that caught the pass from Drew Brees that moved him past Peyton Manning to become the all-time leading passer in NFL history.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. And this is Cook with a grab. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. That'll be complete to Cook. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Bridgewater again. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Now Lutz for the field goal try. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On first down, Daniel. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Daniel going to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has the look of a game that could very well go down to the wire. Just 1 point separating these two clubs at the break. But they're ready for the second half, and we are too, as we'll kick it right back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Go. Ready.
Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
David Onyemata brought him down. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Ready, break.
53 is the mic. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come.
Off play action. Daniel. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Davis. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On the ready.
53, check 53. They're going to need some therapy after this.
Snap.
On 2nd and 9. Daniel looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and it's 3rd down.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Daniel. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Again has it complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the counter, here's Kamara. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now.
3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. The open man is Smith. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you've got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through the reads that he wanted to, and deliver the ball accurately. That was really well executed.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. From the 41, Bridgewater, and brought in by the tight end Cook. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. And again, it's Bridgewater. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Break. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Hey, tight.
They'll try to get the run game going. Here's Davis. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler in his first year in New Orleans, in on the stop. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
That's what I do.
Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
53. Mike, 53.
To throw on 3rd down, Daniel. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Soldier Field, and we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. On the return, it's Kamara. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
10 logo.
Here we go. Here we go.
Daniel on 1st down. Looking deep for Gabriel. And that is incomplete. Showing off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
What we got?
To throw again. Daniel. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and it's 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. This one into the hands of Burton. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Daniel now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, we got Mike.
Throwing again is Daniel. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
The Saints coming out now to take the field.
Now listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. And you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw, Bridgewater. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but it went awry.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here. And you know, for me, it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
So now the Bears down by 1, 2:09 to play. They'll have 1 play, maybe 2 before the 2-minute warning as they've got a 1st down. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to go for it. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Time to ground it out now with Murray. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Game offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still 2nd down.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Down to a knee goes Bridgewater, and that ought to do it.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? Yeah, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.